boyfriend?
Yes.
Bet you're looking for something new.
This is a list of the top 5 American transgender women who have had a huge cultural and social impact on the LGBT community, not only in the US but also in the rest of the world.
5. Lanna Dehoff Ski.
Lanna Dehoff Ski, formerly Lawrence Larry Dehoff Ski, born June 21, 1965. As one of the world's most successful movie producers, as half of the duo formerly known as the Dehoff Ski brothers, she and her sibling helped and created the successful Matrix franchise, as well as dozens of other well-known movies, including V for Vendetta, Speed Racer, and Cloud Atlas. Lanna completed the transition after Speed Racer's release in 2008, and by December 2010, trade magazines and newspapers referred to Lanna, formerly Larry Dehoff Ski, and to the duo as Andy and Lanna Dehoff Ski.
4. Candy Darling.
Candy Darling, November 24, 1944, March 21, 1974, was an American transgender actress, best known as Andy Warhol superstar. She starred in Andy Warhol's films Flush, 1968, and Women in Revolt, 1971, and was a muse of the proto-punk band The Velvet Underground. Candy Darling was born James Lawrence Slattery in Forest Hills. She spent much of her childhood watching television and old Hollywood movies, from which she learned to impersonate her favorite actresses, such as Joan Bennett and Kim Novak.
3. Christine Jorgensen.
Christine Jorgensen was born on May 30, 1926. She was an American trans woman who was the first person to become widely known in the United States for having sex reassignment surgery. Jorgensen grew up in the Bronx, New York City. Shortly after graduating from high school in 1945, she was drafted into the U.S. Army for World War II. After her service, she attended several schools, worked, and around this time heard about sex reassignment surgery. She traveled to Europe and in Copenhagen, Denmark, obtained special permission to undergo a series of operations starting in 1951. She returned to the United States in the early 1950s, and her transformation was the subject of a New York Daily News front-page story. She became an instant celebrity, using the platform to advocate for transgender people, and became known for her directness and polished wit. She also worked as an actress and nightclub entertainer and recorded several songs.
2. Laverne Cox.
Laverne Cox is an American actress, reality television star, producer and LGBT advocate. She became known for her portrayal of Sophia Brissett on the Netflix television series Orange is the New Black, for which she became the first openly transgender person to be nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award in the acting category, and the first to be nominated for an Emmy Award since composer-musician Angela Morley in 1990. Laverne Cox has been noted by her LGBT peers, and many others, for being a trailblazer for the transgender community, and has won numerous awards for her activist approach in spreading awareness. Her impact and prominence in the media has led to a growing conversation about transgender people, specifically transgender women, and how it intersects with one's race and identity. She is the first transgender person to be on the cover of Time magazine and have a waxwork in Madame Tussauds. In May 2016, Cox was awarded an honorary doctorate from the New School in New York City for her progressive work in the fight for gender equality.
1. Isis King.
Isis King, born Darrow Walls on October 1, 1985. She is an American fashion model and a fashion designer. She was a contestant on both the 11th cycle and the 17th cycle of the reality television show America's Next Top Model. She was the first trans woman to compete on the show, and became one of the most visible transgender people on television. King is one of a small but growing number of transgender people and characters in film and television, and her inclusion on America's Next Top Model has been called an unprecedented opportunity by Neil Giuliano. By competing on the show, King has brought national and primetime attention to issues of gender transitioning and gender expression. New York Magazine noted that King is one of few transgender models in history to rise to public prominence, comparing her to Terry Toy. Enjoyed the video? Share it with your friends and loved ones, and spread the message. Don't forget to like and subscribe for weekly amazing videos. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed our video.